Hey, I'm Morgan Richards from Radio Cardiff from 98.7 FM. I'm very pleased to say that I'm backstage at the O2 Academy in Bristol, and I'm joined by a band that everybody seems to be talking about at the moment. They've taken the UK by storm over the last few months in particular. It's of course George from the 1975.
Hey man.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, good man. Excited for the show tonight. Should be really cool. I've never headlined Bristol before, so yeah, it should be great.
Right.
It's a big place.
Yeah.
Big venue.
Fair enough. So back at the beginning of September, you guys released your self-titled debut studio album on Dirty Hit Records, with it going straight to #1 in the UK album charts. Did you guys ever expect for it to get the reaction it has done, and having a UK #1 album as your first try?
No man, it's crazy, isn't it, when you say that, when you put it like that. But yeah, if you'd have showed our 16-year-old, 17-year-old band members as ourselves, if you'd have showed us here now, like, it would have just, we would never have been able to digest it, you know. No. It's totally crazy. But yeah, we've been in a band a long time, so it's really nice, it's refreshing to know that a band of this ilk, a band that's been built from the ground up, can still do that, you know, can still release a debut album and it go to #1. It's really it's really nice for other bands to know that that's still possible. Yeah, we've worked hard for it, so yeah, but it's crazy. But yeah, we're really delighted.
Okay, and now you guys have been a band for about over 10 years and have never really cared about being in the limelight. So is it crazy for you guys of the popularity you've gotten over the last year in particular?
Yeah, I mean, it's, I don't know, some people have said, oh, it's been overnight success, but it's not. We've been playing since high school together. We've just not been exposed to the media. And yeah, it's accelerated really quickly, considering we, you know, released our first EP less than a year ago. I think it was October. And yeah, it's just been kind of a snowball really since then, and we've just been happy to have had the material to kind of catalyse and the kind of popularity, yeah, the acceleration in the popularity. So it's been a really amazing year.
Okay, awesome. And I believe that you guys actually found out that you had the #1 spot just moments before you went on stage at the iTunes Festival at the Royal House in London. What was going through your head when you were on stage? Did it sink in yet? Or
it wasn't quite like that, to be honest. We found like we kind of knew for a lot of the week, unless anything crazy happened and someone sold 30,000 more albums in the last 2 days of the week, that we kind of knew that it was looking like that mathematically.
Okay.
So it wasn't really before we went on stage that we found out, but yeah, it was before we played the show that we went to radio and did the chart show.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a bit strange, but to be honest, I was more concerned about playing iTunes Festival to millions of people streamed around the world. But yeah, it was almost an anticlimax, to be honest, because we were just worrying about losing it all week. Since the midweeks, we were just worrying, what if something happens? What if something happens? But yeah, it was a pretty special moment nonetheless. But, it was a shame that someone didn't just come up to us and, without us knowing, go, you're #1 now, because that would have been a bit more of an outburst.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right, fair enough. And did the iTunes Festival go well?
Yeah, it was wicked. We were slightly nervous for it, but it was a great show. It's really cool.
Okay.
It's a good opportunity. It's amazing the amount of people kind of worldwide that watch iTunes Festival. So it's great that we got to do it.
Now you guys actually beat American rock heroes 9 Inch Nails to get the #1 slot with their comeback album after 5 years. Did beating them make it a bit more special?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of felt cheeky. It felt, it made it even harder to take in, to be honest. Like, that name, 9 Inch Nails, it was such a massive thing to us all growing up. Yeah, the whole Trent Reznor thing, like he was this kind of pantheon of a figure. And yeah, so it was just a bit crazy to kind of take that in as well. But yeah, I don't know, I guess it was just a reflection on just being unaware of how many people had been supporting us, especially in the UK. So yeah, I know Han's been a big fan of theirs, and Matty for a while. Me, not so much, to be honest, because I simply I didn't pick up on them when I was younger, so I didn't grow up listening to them. I didn't know about them until I was a bit older and I met these guys. But yeah, Han's always been obsessed with their live setup, and like all the guitar sounds and their whole show, and their production has always been something that's been just next level and just been incredible. So yeah.
Okay, cool. And you guys actually recorded the album at the Motor Museum in Liverpool with producer Mike Crossley. What was it like working with him, as he's worked with some massive bands with the same kind of scene you guys are doing with Foals and the Arctic Monkeys?
Yeah, he was totally amazing. It wasn't really a choice that was made based on, it wasn't a decision that was made based on kind of who he'd worked with before. Not to disregard those bands in any way, obviously amazing established bands, but it was more of a personal decision that was kind of made due to his appreciation of the work we'd already done.
Okay. As
opposed to someone kind of being like, oh, this is what I think needs to happen. He was kind of saying, wow, like, these production ideas are amazing. I think I can help this album reach its potential, and that's exactly what he did. He gave the elements that we simply couldn't provide in order to get the album sonically perfect. Not to mention numerous other things that he did along the way. But yeah, he's an amazing guy, amazing producer. We had a ball making the album. We really did.
Right, fair enough. And you guys actually reworked a couple of tracks that you had previously released on the album with The City and Sex.
Yeah.
How come you guys decided to rework these tracks then?
Well, they were big parts of the band. We felt that we didn't want to leave them in the past. We wanted to give them with the body of work that the album is, and provide them with being surrounded by the album to really embellish, you know, what those songs are about, because they mean a lot to us, those songs. So we were never gonna let them fall by the wayside, you know.
Okay. And of course, you guys are playing here in Bristol tonight as part of your UK headline tour. How's the tour been so far?
Yeah, wicked, man. It's been great. We've had a hectic festival season, so it's been really nice to have our own shows and get a sound check and stuff. But yeah, the fans and the crowds have been really special on this tour.
Okay. And for the rest of the year, you guys are pretty much touring non-stop with tours in North America, Europe, Australia, and of course the UK again back in January. You guys just looking forward to playing a load of shows and
yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. Why would we stop now? You know, we're not going to rest on our laurels. So yeah, we just need to keep going until the end of next year, you know, and then try and keep writing along the way. That's kind of our thing. We're just perpetually writing music.
Yeah.
So we'll be itching to get into a studio by halfway through next year. So
okay.
End of next year we'll probably start forming the second record, but it won't be next year. It'll be 2015, I imagine.
Okay. And on that UK tour in January, I believe it's the first time you guys will ever play Cardiff.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. We've had a lot of requests to play Cardiff, so yeah, man, looking forward to that.
Right, cool. Now, back in July, you guys supported rock and roll icons, the Rolling Stones, in Hyde Park.
Yeah.
What was that like? Because it must have felt surreal at the time.
Yeah, it was again, it was very surreal. We got asked to do it when we were in America. Our management called us, and we were in Philadelphia, and it was so bizarre because it was our first time in America at that time anyway. And actually, no, it wasn't. It was our second. But anyway, we were so kind of delirious from this relentless tour that we were on in America, and just said, yeah, the Rolling Stones have asked you to support them. It was totally bizarre, yeah. But to be honest, it was a very hard gig. It was a really tough crowd because, you know, the first 50 rows of people at a Rolling Stones gig now, they've paid a lot of money to be there, and they're not bothered about a trendy pop band of young lads. They want to see the Rolling Stones, you know. So yeah, it was a tough gig to please, but we won them over in the end, so it was great. Yeah.
And a couple of months before that, you guys also supported Muse as part of their world tour in the Emirates Stadium in London. How'd that go?
Yeah, it was the size of the venue and the stadium was just completely crazy, but I don't know. It wasn't too nerve-wracking because the stadium, when you play at 6:30 or 7 or whatever it is, it's still a third full. So you're playing to 20,000 people. It doesn't feel like that because the stadium's totally half full. There's huge gaps everywhere. But if you put all those people in a 20,000 cap venue, I'm sure you'd be feeling slightly different about playing to them. But yeah, it was great, and they were really nice to us actually, the Muse guys.
Okay, right, awesome. And as you said a little bit earlier, you guys played a lot of festivals this summer, including Reading, Leeds and Glastonbury.
Yeah, man.
And many people are tipping you guys to be back at these kind of festivals next year in higher stages.
I hope so. Yeah, it's looking that way. We've already had quite a few offers. Obviously, I can't tell you which ones. But yeah, man, we're just looking forward to doing it all again. Yeah, playing Glastonbury and Reading and Leeds was like a real benchmark for us. They're the festivals that mean the most to us. I mean, there's loads of other ones that we've done this summer that have been incredible, but I think Glastonbury's the one, really.
Yeah.
It's you don't really need to go to any other festival if you go to Glastonbury.
Right, well that's fair enough. And just one more thing before you go. Obviously you're going to be busy now with the release of this album and your tours throughout the year, but can we expect anything else from the 1975 in the near future? Or
just more records, more touring around the world, man. Nothing drastic. I don't know, maybe we'll work with some artists in the not too distant future, but I wouldn't want to say that. We still need to focus on our output at this point, so yeah, man, just writing and playing shows.
Okay, and you guys have plans for another album in 2015 then?
Yeah, I mean, it's not been confirmed as such like that, but yeah, we're definitely going to do more records. I'll put it that way.
Well, that's fair enough. Well, that's about it. Thanks for doing the interview.
No worries, mate.
Good luck with the show tonight and the rest of the tour, and hopefully I can catch you very soon.
Thanks, man. Yeah, take it easy.
Cheers.